Hi, good afternoon. My name is Jeremy Lasage with the Office of Public Affairs, and with me is Rachel, who's an urban forester from Fairfax County. You want to introduce yourself?
My name is Rachel Griesmer-Zakhar. I am an urban forester with the Fairfax County Forest Pest Management Branch. So we deal with bugs and trees and all sorts of fun stuff.
Great. And today we're here to talk about this guy who is the emerald ash borer. He looks kind of shiny and sparkly, and he's got a nice green coat, but he is not nice. He can do a lot of damage to trees. He's actually about this small and tiny. I don't know if you can see that on there. But Rachel's going to help us tell us why this little guy is a problem. So first of all, Rachel, what is an emerald ash borer?
So the emerald ash borer, like he mentioned, is a little beetle, kind of shiny green in color, and is not native to the United States or North America. It's native to China. And it was unfortunately brought over to the United States in packing material back in 2002 and has spread throughout the United States and North America since then and has been doing a lot of damage. But interestingly, the beetle itself is not the problem. It's this little guy right here, which is the larvae. And what it does is it burrows underneath the wood of the tree. This is actually from an ash tree, and it makes these little patterns underneath the bark. So the bark would be on top like this, and the larvae would tunnel underneath. And what it does is it basically kills it from the inside out. So it's pretty nasty.
Well, that's a problem that a small bug that tiny
Yes.
can do so much damage to a tree. So we just did an article recently that we've got about 44 million trees in Fairfax County.
Yes.
So why is this important for residents? Why should they be taking this so seriously?
So unlike some of other areas in the country, Fairfax County doesn't have as many ash trees as some other parts, but where they are, the emerald ash borer will find them and they will attack them and kill them. And what happens when the tree starts to die is the wood becomes pretty brittle and can break and fall, which presents a hazard for people, their property, other stuff like that.
That's a problem. So what should people do if they find an infested ash tree in their yard?
So emerald ash borer has been in Fairfax County for about a little less than 10 years. So most of the ash trees in Fairfax County will be dead at this point. But if you do find a healthy tree, then it's eligible to be treated with insecticide. And there's a nice guide available online and also on our webpage. So that goes over all of the different insecticide options that homeowners can use to treat their trees. And there's also a very good cost share application from the Virginia Department of Forestry where you can apply for help with funding to treat your trees. But again, you might not be aware of what an ash tree looks like.
I was going to say, that was my next question. I have trees in my yard. I have no clue what's an ash tree versus
Right.
other trees. So how do you identify an ash tree?
So unfortunately, there's not that many urban foresters in Fairfax County, so we can't go out and identify your trees for the most part.
Okay.
But there are other private industry equivalents called arborists, and they can go out and assess your trees and be able to identify if you have an ash tree and whether or not it's healthy or whether or not it's dying.
Yep.
But for the most part, a homeowner should be able to tell if their tree is dead or if their tree is dying. But the diagnostic symptoms for emerald ash borer are dead branches, the bark is kind of sloughing off, or there's also woodpecker damage, which can make the tree appear a little bit lighter than normal, which is called woodpecker blonding. And we have all that information on our website too.
I always thought Woody Woodpecker was a nice, fun cartoon character, but they actually do real damage, so it's good to know.
But you know, they do a service where they eat the emerald ash borers, but they wait until they're nice and fat and juicy, and after they've done all their damage,
By that time, it's too
yeah,
late.
by that time it's not really much help. So.
Right. And you mentioned the foresters. What is the county doing to combat this problem, or what services are available from the county for residents?
Yeah, so in 2015, the board approved us to have a treatment program to do the same thing that you would get done in your yard, but to treat county trees, so in parks, in fire stations, government centers, that kind of thing. So we did a survey across the county looking for ash trees, and we treated, I think, up to 170 at this point.
Wow.
So we monitor them and we treat them as appropriate, and they're doing quite well compared to some of the other trees that haven't been treated.
Great.
So.
And what should residents be doing if they do see a tree that may need to be treated in their yard? What can they be doing on their own without the county?
Let's see, so they can hire an arborist, and there's actually a publication available online also on our website about what you can do to hire an arborist. There's also a website called goodtreecare.com where people can find local arborists in our area, and they can come out and assess your tree and also potentially be able to treat it for you.
Okay.
But generally, that's the best resource that they can
Okay.
use.
Sounds good. I know you've got a lot of information here. Is there anything else people should know about the emerald ash borer or other pests or keeping their trees safe?
Sure. So a lot of people will end up having dead trees on their property. And the usual method of getting rid of them is to hire a company. They'll take it down and they'll chip it. But there are also companies that will go out and mill lumber from your trees. And there's also, I know I have a lot of publications here, but there's another one on our
That's good
website.
information.
So it's what do you do now if you have a dead ash tree?
Okay.
And so if the ash tree is particularly meaningful to you, or you want to do something with it, there are companies available out there that can create wood, like usable lumber.
Great.
For
Okay.
woodworking, cabinetry, what have you. So.
Cool. And this is a live chat. I know we've got a question, so our cameraman's going to read that for us since we can't see it.
We do. It's from Michael, and you kind of touched on this earlier, but he's asking, how do I arrange to have a county arborist evaluate my trees?
So we as county arborists, there's only about 21 of us, and we're not actually able to go on private property and assess your tree for you. However, if it's on county property, there might be an opportunity for us to go out and do that. But generally, if it's on private property, you need to hire a private arborist to do that.
And Fairfax County has what's an Urban Forester of the Day program. What is that program?
Yeah, if you have general urban forestry questions, you have questions about your trees, there's an Urban Forester of the Day that's always available to answer questions. And so you can call our main number, which is 703-324-1770. And we can direct you to the appropriate person if we can't answer the question.
And I believe there's also an email address, pestmail@fairfaxcounty.gov.
Yes, there's also treemail at fairfaxcounty.gov.
Okay. So treemail@fairfaxcounty.gov and pestmail, P-E-S-T, mail@fairfaxcounty.gov.
Yes,
So,
yes.
great.
We're
Any other
welcome
questions? All right. Well, Rachel, thank you so much. I think this is very helpful. This is the season for the emerald ash borer, so this is something everybody should be paying attention to and be concerned about and take the appropriate action if they see any potential damage.
Yes, and one quick thing I forgot to mention. So this is the time of year if you wanted to do a treatment, and if your tree is healthy enough, this is they're the best time of the year to start a treatment program. And you can either hire someone, or there's also products available from places like Home Depot or big box stores, stuff like that.
Great. Well, thank you again for joining us, and thanks for the information.
Sure.
All right.